Good morning, friend. I am here again. Today we are going to discuss about the ISO 45001 clause number 6. As per yesterday discuss about the clause number 5. Today discuss about the clause number 6, planning. So you know that planning part is very important. Because of this, what is the planning? Planning means before thinking in mind, that call plan. If you are going to home, then you have to plan how to going to home, because of 1 month before you have to take train tickets, flight tickets. After that you have to plan after the how to reach on the reached on stations. So that all are plannings in advance, that call plannings. So guys, same things in constructions industry and any industry. If you want to start any activity, then think before and make a plan before starting the work, that called plannings. So again, examples share. If you have a safety supervisor, if you are a safety supervisor, then you should to plan how to develop the safety officers. But step to a step you have to plan that, then you can go ahead your target. So that is same in planning is very important part of work. If you are working a safety professional and any industry, any area, planning should be must before you start the work. So first planning, there is a total sub clauses, 4, 5, 6 sub clauses is there mentioned. Clause number 6, planning, there is sub clause is there maintained. First is action to address a risk and opportunity. Action to address risk and opportunity. What is the action to address risk and opportunity? This is a first part of first sub clause is there mentioned, and over there planning. So guys, how to risk address, this is a thing there is maintained, the what is the risk or how to address that risk at workplace. There is main purpose of that sub clauses, risk and opportunity. If you are working in construction industry and any workplaces, so guys, need to be address that hazards and risk at your workplace, then you can define the how to reduce the risk, because you have to make a plan. First you are going to start the, suppose that work at height and welding work. For example, we are going to start the welding work. What is the how to a welding work conduct work activity, what the work, where the work, who is responsible, that all are considered about the thing, because need to be a work method statement, means methodology of work. If you are going to start the work, then need to be address the risk, address the hazards, and how to reduce that hazards and risk at workplace, that call planning. And planning at your workplace. Suppose the things, theme means if you any GI sheet using, for examples, GI sheet using at workplace, that what is the hazards in that GI sheet, then we can know that there is sharp protections, sharp edge, that sharp objects, what will we do if you are going to handling that, then what will be happens then maybe cut of fingers, because of we are using a GI sheet, or there is hazards available, hazards in place, sharp object. After that, if you are going to not if you are going to work, there is not no safety precautions taken, then what will be happen? Hand, fingers will be cut, and part of body, there is part of body, there may be cuts. That is activity, that are activity. GI sheet, hazards will be there, sharp edge, sharp object, and risk is there, maybe cut, body injury. After that, substance. If you are going to using any substance materials, suppose that we are going to use a chemical at workplace, what will be hazards? What will be hazards in the absurd? Means substances absurd means what will be happen? If you are going to work with a chemical, then maybe not injured, but maybe long term using the chemical without safety precaution, that may be chance to happen cancer. What is the risk? Maybe chance of cancer. If you are continuous exposed that hazards, maybe chance of cancer. After that, source of energy. If you are using a electricity at your workplace, at your projects, then what will be happen? What will be their hazards in that work? Electricity is a hazards. Then what may be happen if you are going to work? Electrocutions, maybe shock, and maybe chance of some injury and fatality if you are not taking safety precaution and not addressed to risk and hazards at your workplace. That may be chance of happen. After that, process. Process means process. If you are going to not follow the process at workplace, suppose that company make a policy, to each activity process should be there. If you are not follow the process, then what will be chance of happen? In accident, incident, effect of human body, affected of life at workplace, maybe property damage. So guys, that all hazards and risk need to be addressed and take the opportunity in that work. After the practice means coal minings. If you are going to work in cool area, that may be chance of any disease, maybe depressions, everything may be happen. Cool your body part disease. That all are considered. If you are not taking responsibility, if you are not going to take address of hazards, then maybe chance of serious injury happen at your workplace. Again, one example, behavior. Why we are need to be evaluate the behaviors at workplace? Because we have everything there. Resources will be there, materials will be there, protection, safety protections also well. But if you are if you have any unsafe behavior of staff, that may be chance of happen accident. You have suppose one examples share with you. One room, one floors, periphery of building hard barricaded. There is put a safety signage, don't go outside of barricades. There is also supervisor will be there, and every workers explained that hazards if you if you are going to outside of barricades, that may be chance of falling from fall from height. Some workers a new age means 18 years 20 years old persons also overconfidence workers at workplace. After that trainings you need to be checked. They have checked to check safety violations. If you are going to outside barricading, what will be happen? So workers behaviors, because of their behavior depend on his generations, his culture of work. So need to be address of behaviors bubbling, that type bubblings hazards means if you are if workers thinks about that going to outside of barricading means this is a bubbling, this is a think behavior cross the behavior. Maybe what may be happens, what may be chance of harm, may be chance to fall. There is no fear to go through the outside. So we have considered about the risk address, action to address, and opportunity. So guys, we have make a plan, make a proper plan, address the hazard, address the risk, address the hazards, and take corrective action at your workplace. This is at workplace, don't any wait to any chance of accident at workplace, because of we have to need to follow the safety system before any accident happen at your workplace. Then we can go over over their achievement of our targets like best safety performance. So guys, hazards identifications, risk assessment need to be followed at workplace and record to be maintained. Only for verbals, not acceptable at any workplace. If you are working a well organized and multinational company, then need to be addressed and retains documentation formulations formulated by engineers, supervisor, project managers, and every entire project team involvement. The risk assessment, how to risk assessment, how to hazards control, what will be safety precautions taken while working at workplace. Also involvement of workers, there is also maintained in the worker participation as per discussed yesterday. Already we have discussed worker of participations must be, it must at if you are going to any activity start at workplace. Also if you are going to make a hazards identifications, risk assessment, if you are going to some check the opportunity, then need to be involvement of workers and take consultants, and his feedback is very important to proactively improvement occupational health safety management system at your workplace. So guys, worker participation is very important in this clause and in this ISO 45001, because of these are all helping the good process process and avoid the any incidents, any gaps in this your organization. So worker participations also important if you are going to take a address, a risk address, and take the opportunity in markets. If you are going to suppose one example with share with you, I am also working a construction company as a safety manager position. Because of these things will be shared, because you have to improvement yet your workplace. We are using a passenger lifts. You know that passenger lifts may be chance of open. Someone's going to passenger lift, start the buttons, but we have to take the opportunity in market. There is possible to provided biometric system. Only authorized operator, they have to access they have fingers need to be touched, then lift will be start, then lift will be start. If operator not available at workplace, lift will be stop. Because of this is a administrative control, so we have to take better opportunity from the new technology. So if you are using tower crane, also provided SLI that may be a chance of better improvement, better communication and visual communication with crane operator and signalman. So opportunity also take the opportunity by involvement of workers and every staff at your organizations. So guys, second there is 6.1.2 sub clauses: hazard identification and assessment of risk and opportunity in your opportunity. This clause also same things. If you are going to start an activity, that need to be we should to plan and proper planning of address the risk and take the opportunity in as per available in markets, by new technology, by advice of by consultant to workers, by consultant to government body, by consultant to internal party, external internal interested party, external interested party. Because of if you are going to better safety improvement at your workplace, then we should proper consultant and involvement of workers, internal interested party, internal and external. Then we can improvement a better safety performance, and we can control the risk. We can control the any accident at your workplace. Thanks guys. Today we have completed two sub clauses. First clause is there mentioned 6 clause ISO 45001 2018, and there is also discuss about the two clauses. First is there mentioned action to address risk and opportunity. A second clause is there mentioned sub clauses 6.1.2 hazard identifications and assessment of risk and opportunity. Thanks.